Yes, folks, it's 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm PH Red. It's time for another episode of Lunch with Lynn, avoiding network disasters. And now it's time for the hostess with the mostest, the lioness of networking, the lady you need to know so you cannot have a networking disaster. Lynn Lionhood. Take it away, Lynn.
Yes. How is everybody today?
Great.
Great.
Great. I am happy to have you all here. So I don't see any newbies here today, so I don't have to go over all the newbie stuff. Welcome, Mark. Welcome, Bobby. Welcome, Mark Anthony. So the question of the day today is, plug your ears, Ann Mackey. You don't want to hear this question. What food do you crave most often? That's a
Can we
good
only
question.
pick one?
Give me a couple if you have a couple of good ones.
Mm.
Yay. So it's going to be, what food do you crave most often? Hi, Catherine. How are you? Good to have you back. Feng Shui our life for us, please. So we are all happy to have all of you guys here. Hopefully we'll have a great meeting today. I'm not going to hurry anybody today because I don't know where everybody else is at, so there's plenty of time. So I'm going to jump right into one of my speakers right away. I'm going to jump right into Kara Jean. Whoops, more people in the waiting room. Yay, Kara Jean, the floor is yours.
Excellent. Hi, everybody. Hello. Happy Thursday. When we're here with Lynn, it's a yay day. What do I want to talk about today? So I'm going to talk about neurospicy leadership, and we're going to talk about finding your path, right? So wellness, choosing to do things your way is a divergent choice, right? Otherwise, we are following the typical path. Not necessarily in a clinical way, but in a tangible how our brain works, it forces us to find something for ourselves, not because it's what we were told to do, not because it's what we think is the right thing to do or we should, but because it's actually what we're gonna go do. And that will constantly track better than what we think that we're going to do so that we can just spend our days beating ourselves up for what we didn't actually get done. And if that sounds like you, then this is exactly for you. Okay. So this looks like this. It looks like re-clarifying what is it that you actually are trying to do? Like not what you are doing, not why you are doing it, but what is it that you really want out of this life? Here's a hack for how to do that in a spicy way. Write down all of the things that you hate, like the stuff that just that the things that just upset you about life. My suggestion is write 3 to 5 of them and purge it out. Just like dump all of the vile that you do not like that you are seeing in the world right now. Dump it out. And then take a look at that and flip it around. Flip the script on those things. If one of the things that you cannot stand is that people will not communicate what they actually mean. They will leave you with sort of ums, uhs, has, and you're really frustrated there's not transparency and clarity in the world. That's a thing that just really bothers you. The opposite of that will be the transparency and the clarity. Those are really important for you. When you do that, what you will find is a vision of the world you want to be living in. Not necessarily the world we are in, or even the vision that you have for your business. But if you look at the things you don't like that are going on and flip the script, that's literally the world you want. And when you know where you want to go and you've got that clarity, it's so much easier to motivate yourself to go do something, right? Because you know where you're headed. But before you know what to do, after you figured out where you're going, you plot that spot on the map, you kind of have to go to where you are. You really want to look at what the reality of where you are right now, right? Some of that will be looking back at what you have gone through to get to today. Permission to look back with grace and kindness for yourself and a whole lot of leniency, because what you know now about what you were doing then, you didn't know then. So to get mad at past you for not doing the things that you now know, that's like rude twice and unnecessary. So permission to skip that part of it. But really do look at where you have come. Look at the things that were stressing you out last year. How about 4 years ago? What about a decade ago? What was like the number one worst thing a decade ago? Is it the same now? Odds are no. Odds are you have learned so many lessons. You have failed so beautifully and succeeded so much more amazing than you give yourself credit for. Right? So take a second to look back with that grace and that permission so you can see where you really are, really how far you have come, and knowing how much further you want to go, you can start to plot the course. Then you're going to realign that course regularly because every time you learn something new, every time you fail fantastically and go, okay, that was that was not the way. Cool, cool. So I'm going to try this new thing and maybe this will be the way. Every time you do that, you realign just slightly and your path will shift, but you'll constantly stay on course to that big goal that you are looking to do. And it doesn't require that you burn out. It doesn't require that you go to exhaustion. It doesn't even require massive change in your life. Any tiny transitions towards what you want. It's the difference between running away from the things that you don't want versus running to the things that you do want. You're still running. Like it's going to be the same amount of work either way. It really is. You will be no less tired. You will do no less things. But the things that you do will matter more. They'll feel better. It will be better aligned because you are looking ahead rather than looking back at what you're trying to get away from and then stumbling over and over because you're not looking where you're going. So really, that is my care kit for you today. How to find your path in a world of chaos so that you can truly achieve what you want, create the world that you are looking to create without burning out, being able to go all in without killing yourself. It looks like getting clear on what you really want, what you want, not what all of the best intentioned, kind humans around you think that you want, but what do you want? And then really assessing where you have gone. What is the path that you have been on? So that you can realign over and over with these new lessons, with these new friends, with these new networks, with these all of the new that is in your world and realign that back to where you are wanting to go. And with those tiny changes on a daily basis, you will find yourself achieving more and more by doing less and less because you're doing the right things with the right people at the right time. And you can go all in without burning out. If you want more information, let me know. I'm an executive coach. I do leadership development for neurospicy leaders because I think that everybody belongs here. And if you're busy trying to fit in, you can't be doing the thing you belong here to do. And I'm here to help change that. So if you would like more life in your life and more business in your business, let's chat. Questions, comments, controversy?
Yeah. Cara Jean, you want to tell them where you're from?
I am in Washington State this week. In 2 weeks, I will be in Oregon State, but have Zoom, can travel. And my thing that I crave the most. So it's a real toss up between Indian food and Mexican food, but if I'm being truly honest, it's sag paneer specifically. There is something about a good spicy spinach soaked in cream and then sauteed with cheese cubes that just does it for me.
That's good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're going to do a few of our introductions, and then we're going to come back to some of our speakers. Thank you, Cara Jean. You are always spicy when you come and see us. Thank you, thank you. So we're going to go to Nicole. You are up.
Oh, amazing. How do I come in after that? Whatever. I should have left and come back. But I love it. I love it. Kara's got that spice going and she's got some great referrals and connections. So thank you so much. It's a good place to be. If there were a way for you to get seen and heard by your dream client, would you want to know about it? I believe everybody here would. We want to get in front of that next client. We want to connect. We want to build that know, like, and trust. And how do you do that? you get on a stage. So as an event strategist and a host, I get you seen and I get you heard through virtual events, and I bring innovation and technology to help entrepreneurs and nonprofits create summits that not only raise revenue, but also expand their reach and leave absolute lasting impact through for a cause marketing. And the phone number, if you guys want to text me, it's 702-608-6639. And you can always find me on LinkedIn. That's basically where my playground is. And the question of the day, and I would suggest nobody eat this before you get on stage, but it's got to be Mexican food. That's for sure, especially with extra added spice. But make sure you digest it. That before getting on a stage or yoga. Don't go. Clear the room.
Nicole, do you want to tell everyone where you're from?
I am from Silicon Valley. Back in the day when they had Pong, and you had to program the MS-DOS with a code, and you had a translator for nerd speak, but we all talk about it these days. Everybody's getting their geek on.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anita Bala, you're up. And I think Yudochi, is that the way you pronounce that? Or am I going to screw that up?
No, you got it.
Hey, Yudochi, I think you're new, so we want to welcome you.
Thank you.
And I want you to know that we use our chat. So at least make sure you put in name, email address, and phone number. You can put anything else in you'd like. Do not be concerned if you cannot save the chat, because everyone gets a thank you after the meeting, and everyone gets a complete copy cleaned up of the chat. So you will be able to contact everyone. They're all going to want to talk to you. So you're going to be like the most popular girl in the room this week. So be prepared for that. So and we also have a question of the day. The question of the day today is, what food do you crave most often? There's no right or wrong answer. It's just a conversation starter. So we're all curious.
Thanks.
Thank you. So we're going to go to Anita Bala next.
Hi, my name is Anita Bala, and I'm from the Chicagoland area, and I'm with Melaleuca. I help people live a healthier, more vibrant life by simply switching brands and saving more money. And I'm also a pronunciation coach for English as a second language, primarily for the Latino population. But as long as people know how to speak English, I can help them with their pronunciation skills. And I look forward to connecting with everyone. Thanks. And the food that I really crave the most would be chocolate. I love chocolate. So I love Mexican food too. That's one of my favorite foods besides Italian. So yeah, and some Indian food too. And then I can be reached at 630-854-6664. Once again, my phone number is 630-854-6664. Thanks.
He actually told everyone Melaleuca. I'm shocked. I would try to fall off my seat, but then I wouldn't be on screen. So yay! Thank you, Anita. Great job. Valerie Smith, you are up.
Well, thank you. And I do want to say that Anita's Melaleuca is awesome. I've been taking it now for 3 or 4 months, and just a plug there for you, Anita. Thank you.
Valerie, before you get started, Valerie, I want everybody to know that we always try to pick whoever is first on our call. And today we had a few people that have already been picked. So we have somebody on our call today, Valerie Smith, and we all try to help Valerie. So I will be sending in your thank you a spot that you can do a testimonial or something that will help Valerie's business get noticed more on the internet. So I'm going to send all that information to everybody. I ask you all to take 5 minutes and do it. When it is your turn, you will love it when everyone does it for you. So just take a few minutes. Remember, we're all in this together. Many of you work alone. This is a great way for the group to be able to help everyone. So Valerie Smith is our girl of the day. So Valerie, you're up.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So I am a former elementary teacher, 26 years. I taught every grade but second. I'm supposed to be writing my book right now. It's called Every Grade But Second, but so far it's just in my heart and in my head, but it's getting to the paper before long. And now I am a licensed financial professional. We help families build better financial futures. And now I know and realize why I'm doing that. I was one of those statistics of people who did not learn how to take care of money. And 80% of Americans are dying in poverty today. It isn't necessarily their fault. It is not being taught in school. It is not being taught at home. Or if it is being taught at home, maybe it's not the right way. So we have a country full of forlorn people who do not know how to take care and organize their money. So we have Bobby Bennett here, who is a certified financial planner. Yay, Bobby, good job, and we appreciate you. The challenge is most Americans, like myself, when I was still teaching, don't realize that they qualify to go to a financial planner. They don't think they have enough money, or they don't think that they are in that league. And so what happens is they continue on in the status quo. Instead of making bold changes and going and seeking help, they build coping mechanisms to deal with their forlorn poverty status. And so things don't change. And so when we're growing up, we learn math, we learn reading, we learn English. Hopefully we learn history and science. We learn how to drive. We learn how to use a computer, but we don't know and learn how money works and how it will fail us if we don't get a handle on that. So my mission is to make America more prosperous, one family at a time. I have a propensity for serving the underserved, which are people who won't go downtown to Edward Jones or Merrill Lynch or those people. They're just never going to go and do that. And so those are my people. Those are who I reach out to. I was on the receiving end of that, and it was a total game changer for me in my late 30s. And I built wealth, and I wouldn't have done it. I don't think I would have done it had I not had somebody come to me, reach out to me to do that. So that's what we do. We do it one person at a time, and we provide hope, encouragement, love, support, tools, all those things that they aren't ordinarily going to get. And I taught school in 3 different states, both in Catholic school and in public school. Never once was it on my list of required courses of study to teach money management. So think of, I had probably average 30 kids in my class for 26 years. That's 30 times 20, what is that, 6,000? 6,000 children that didn't learn from me how to take care of money because the school system didn't require it. There's a lot of casualties out there that need our help. So that's what I do.
So Valerie and Bobby better get busy and go find all those people that are out there, because if you had 6,000, think of all the other teachers.
True.
Absolutely right. We need more people like both of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Valerie. And Valerie, what food do you crave?
I think probably sushi, because it's the one food that I don't get very often. And in my old age, I've lived well and I've eaten a lot of stuff, and it just seems like sushi's the rarest.
And where are you from, Valerie?
I'm from landlocked Wyoming, and we were short on sushi in Wyoming in the 70s.
Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keith Robinson, you are up.
I'll say a very good morning or afternoon. Which is it, morning for you guys or afternoon? What is it?
Afternoon.
Afternoon to you guys. Well, actually, yeah, it's just evening here now, 20 past 6. So greetings, everyone. Heavily involved in the health space. I'm on a mission to save lives. I believe we have saved and changed an awful lot of lives over the last 17 years. I love helping people. I love watching the results. When you know that you have given somebody information whereby they have turned something very serious around, you cannot buy that feeling. And that is where I am coming from, because I've gained the knowledge over all these years, and I think it makes sense to share it. And I think that's probably why I am on this planet at this time, to share information, to help people, and to give them what they need to take that control for themselves. Contact details are in the chat for anyone who would like to have a deeper discussion on anything health and wellness wise. I also sidetrack into other things as well, which anyone who's had a one-to-one knows what I can sidetrack into if they have the same interests. So yeah, it's all good. Thanks all.
Well, welcome, Keith, because you're going to be a part of our health and wellness group, and we're going to be very, very happy to have you in that group. You want to tell everyone where you're from in case they haven't already gotten that information?
Yes, surely they recognize my bog accent from the middle of Ireland, but a lot of people say they like my accent, so that's good. Nobody likes their own accent, but apparently some other people do.
But and what food are you craving?
I don't know, do I crave, but I do like plain food. I like potatoes and meat, and yeah, I keep it very standard. I wouldn't be going in for anything too off the rails. I don't go in for hot stuff, chili stuff, burns the mouth off me. Not my cup of tea, and I would probably pollute the air a lot worse if I partook in those.
Thank you, Keith. Fred, I know you had your hand up earlier and I missed you.
That's okay. One thing, Irishmen I didn't think drank tea. I thought they only drank beer, or Irish whiskey, but that's beside the point. I just wanted to tell.
I don't drink alcohol.
Like I said, I'm an American. For those who are hanging out on the website, you can chat at the website. Just hit the chat button and I'll answer. Or you can dial in and ask a question at 724-957-4733. That's 724-957-4733. Or for those of you who need a better way of remembering than the numbers, 724-9K-FRED. That's all I got.
Fred, do you want to tell everybody where you're coming from?
The rabbit hole. Oh, sorry. No, I'm on the central coast of California, about a mile away from the beach.
Beautiful. And you want to tell them what food you're craving?
Well, since I was talking with Keith, right now it's corned beef and corned beef on rye with Swiss and mustard.
Ooh, okay. That's good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to go next to one of my speakers. I want you guys to be patient. Deanna Brakefield is not only a wonderful person, and she's here every week, but she's also a part of some of our specialty groups. And Deanna Brakefield, you are on. Please share information with everybody today.
Absolutely. So as Lynn introduced me, I'm Deanna Brakefield. I'm the owner of Lionheart Kingdom Marketing and the host of Neurodivergent News. And today, I'm going to shock Fred a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about the impact of radio and specifically what it can do for your business. Now, everybody in this room has heard the marketing mantra, more content, more content, more content. Put your face out there, make videos, and every single one of us seizes up inside just a little bit at the thought of putting our face in front of that camera. And that's okay, because there is another way that you can still get your voice out there. And that is through the radio content that you can produce. And I'm not just talking about a podcast where you sit down for 30 minutes and you just run at the mouth and say everything that you feel like you need to say. I'm talking about the kind of radio shows where you invite on guests, you engage with people, you talk about the value your businesses bring to the community that is out there listening. Whether you're a creative, a coach, an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter, because broadcast can be a game changer for you. So when you're on the radio, it's not just your message that people are getting. They're hearing the tone of your voice. They're hearing your values. In the stories that you choose to share with them, they learn who you are, and it creates a very deep sense of trust. They connect with you, not just your offer. And so it actually helps you build loyalty too. Shows like Lunch with Lynn, Neurodivergent News, K-Fred Prime Live, they get very personal, and people show who they actually are in our breakout rooms and in our one-on-one discussions. And so whether you're somebody who is very passionate, somebody who likes to be funny, or somebody who likes to be brashly honest, you can get your messaging and your viewpoint out there over the radio without ever putting your face in front of a camera. It also, just like all of that amazing video content, gives you the ability to establish that you are the expert. And because you're on the radio, it actually gives you an added level of credibility as a thought leader in your niche. Because when you say, oh, I have a podcast, well, everybody has a podcast these days. When you say, oh, I'm the host of a radio show, people pay attention. It means something just a little bit more in their head. And once you get them listening, people are more likely to tune in regularly for a radio show than they are to seek out a podcast. Because whether they know it or not, they don't actually want to be in as much control of what they're listening to as society has told us that we want to be. The last bit beneficial is that it expands your network. So as you're getting to know other hosts, as you're getting to know the guests that are coming onto your show, it's a lot like holding your own personal networking event, and you get to pick who it is that you're communicating with, and you build very, very strong relationships with those networking connections. I can tell you a year ago, Fred McMurray was a terrifying man. Like, I was so intimidated by him. But thanks to the work with K-Fred, now I know he's just a goofball. I mean, like, there's nothing to be scared about Fred McMurray about. So to wrap this up, if you are interested in taking your business to a completely different level in a way that most people are not utilizing, you can reach out to me, Fred, or Lynn, and any of us would love to have a conversation with you about how to get your own radio show going. I am from Birmingham, Alabama. I can do business with anyone because Zoom is amazing. And Lynn, your question of the day, the food that I am craving, French fries. It is always, always, always French fries.
Oh, that's good. Do you have a place that you like French fries from, Beth?
No, ma'am. I bought a deep fryer that lives on my counter permanently.
So you make your own. Yay! Good job, good job. Thank you, Deanna. We're going to go back to some more of our introductions. So let's go to Colleen. Get prepared, guys. You're going to be excited.
I'm prepared. Hey, I'm Colleen of the Balanced Life CEO and also Simplified CEO Systems. And what I do is I help mostly women take a concept or an idea and build it into an online business. And once we've got it built into an online business, we go through everything through mission statements, through branding, through building a business plan, through finances, through marketing and research, all of those things. And once we have that all established, then I take them into a simplified CRM platform so that we can just omit all the craziness and the overwhelm that we feel when we sit down and look at having to go to 5 different platforms to control our CRM things. So I'm Colleen with A Balanced Life CEO and Simplified CEO Systems. I am in the Ozarks, little itty bitty town. We have more cows than people, 600 people here. And it's no surprise that my favorite foods that I crave all the time is a really good Black Angus ribeye, some lamb chops. And yes, I'm on a farm and we raise those ourselves.
And there's something I know about her that you guys don't, and I'm going to give you a little hint, and then you can have a conversation with her and find out why. She is known as the chicken whisperer. That'll get you going.
There you go.
Thank you. Stacey Altamari, you're up.
Hello, everyone. My name is Stacey Altamari. I am an energy psychology clinical EFT practitioner and life coach. What does that mean? I teach people how to regulate their emotional life, all navigate through it, regulate their body and its emotions and how it affects them. And I do it with people of all ages. That includes newborns all the way up to the very old. And I can do that because for me, I am constantly in my inner child mode. I love to play. I love to be expressive, just like a child. I just go out there and enjoy life. And the young can relate to me because they're in that mode. So we get along just perfectly. And the middle age can also relate to me because they're teetering on that tightrope of child and adulthood. And young adults and middle age also can relate to me because they want to be a child but are struggling to be the adult. And of course, elderly, it's full circle, right? We go from being cared for to our elderly ages where we go right back to being cared for. And they too now have their inner child out and playing. We know that because they have no filter, and neither does a child. So if you are interested or know anybody who is interested in learning how to regulate themselves, their emotions, their life, how to take control of how they feel, and how to see a totally different perspective than what life is showing them because it's not their truth, then have them reach out to me. I can be reached at EFT4wellness.com. And my email and my phone number are on there, and you can learn everything you need to know about me on that website. And my favorite thing, and what do I crave? Well, what I crave isn't a food. What I crave every day is silence. That is my drug of choice.
You want to tell everyone where you're from?
Oh, sure. I'm from the great state of Connecticut, just 5 minutes from Lynn.
Good job. Good job. Thank you, Stacy. You're
Thank
always happy. I don't think you're ever unhappy. Beautiful. And Mackie, I got it right, man. I got it right.
Absolutely correct pronunciation. Good job. So I'm Ann Mackey out of Wichita, Kansas, and I am a holistic wellness advocate. So I offer some drops that are put under your tongue. They're homeopathic drops, plant-based, nothing, no chemicals, no anything, caffeine, nothing. But you put it under your tongue and you hold it for 10 to 30 seconds and you swallow. Do that with 2 different droppers before meals, and you can balance your hormones and lose weight. I've lost nearly 30 pounds. I have 30 more to lose, but I'm very excited about the product and also the company, which is absolutely in momentum. And I'm excited that I just earned a trip to Punta Cana. So I'm going there in July. So anyway, if you have issues with weight, hormones, whatever, please reach out because this is the alternative to the shots that are out there that many people are averse to. And it's a nice option to have a holistic, homeopathic route to get to your goals.
Yay.
Oh, my craving. Yeah, I'm Wichita, Kansas, and my craving food, we actually have a product called Sugar Stop that takes 40% of your carbs and sugars and doesn't allow those to absorb in your body. I do that first, and then it's sticky rice. It's mango sticky rice from my favorite Thai restaurant. Just crave that like crazy when I drive past there. It's like a magnet. I think I have to go. I have to get this.
Automatically take you there.
Yeah, automatic.
Thank you, Ann. Bobby Bennett.
Thank you, Lynn.
Part of the Bobby and Val show.
Yeah. My name is Bobby Bennett. I am a certified financial planner. Essentially, I help people figure out their finances. I was actually in a meeting today where I was able to give some good news to one of my clients. He was getting ready to retire, expecting to spend a certain amount of money during retirement. And I actually, through the software that we use, helped him calculate and figure out that he could spend from his portfolio an extra 25%. So if he was planning on spending $50,000, he could spend an extra $12,000 per year. He was very pleased at that. So, don't stick your head in the sand when it comes to, your financial plan. Whether you have $5,000 or $5 million, I'm willing to help anybody who needs it. My ideal client essentially is somebody who is getting ready to navigate retirement or is already navigating those waters. Again, Bobby Bennett, certified financial planner. And it's funny that you have this question as the question of the day, because I am almost 48 hours into a 72-hour fast. So talking about cravings is real. And I would actually have to go with Valerie and say my craving is sushi because that's how I'm breaking my fast tomorrow. So
good job. Bobby, you want to tell them where you're from?
I am from the great state of Connecticut, but I can do business in all 50 states. So that's not a.
Beautiful. That's important. Many of you know that even though you are where you are, we're in a day and age where that makes no difference.
Yeah.
All that is where your home base is. Everything else,
Yeah.
you guys can work everywhere. Beautiful. Thank you much. Mark Anthony, no, Mark Anthony, you're going to wait because you always have good stuff we have to have you share. So I'm going to hang on to you for a minute. I'm going to go to Catherine Wilkie, who has been hiding from us, feng shuiing everybody. We miss her. We're glad she's back. Feng shui your life. Catherine Wilkie, you are up. We're so happy you're back with us.
Hi. Yeah, this spring has been quite a move, literally, and some personal issues. And you know what? I had to just took a few steps back for a few weeks, and I also want to come in and tell you it's okay to take a pause every once in a while. Okay, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. Nothing. You're not going to lose out. You just need that time for you. Get yourself settled. I know a lot of people have little things that that are on the list and they're bothering them. You know what? Take the time, take the hour, the 2 hour, take half a day if you need, and get these little things done in your life. And you know what? Things will run a little bit smoother. That's also what feng shui is about. So here we are. I wanted to tell you a little bit about today's tip about cultivating opportunities right to your front door. Now, how does that work? Let's start with the front door. This in feng shui has a nickname. It's called mouth of qi. And anything that goes into the mouth, your front door or your mouth, okay, has to be pure and positive. Okay, so that front door, if it doesn't open 90 degrees, if you got all the shoes and stuff in behind there, the opportunities are not all going to get there. You're just going to clog, right? Keep it swept. Keep the bushes trimmed. Keep the door handle working, the hinges working, shine up the numbers here so people can find you. It's not just friends and family, it's the pizza guy. And the emergency services have to find you as well too. But the more that you put into this entrance, think of it as entrance, okay? Welcome to my home and all the opportunities that it has here too. You wouldn't be eating with your face or something clogging your mouth here. Think of the front door as being the mouth of opportunities that can come to your door. So I want to share that with you today. I'm Catherine Wilking. I'm an author, a decorator, a feng shui expert, and a podcast host of Feng Shui Your Day. And I have a lot to offer. I've got my information in the chat here. CatherineWilking.com is my website. And in there you can pick up a free gift about 10 ways to raise the chi energy in your space. So thank you very much today. I am really craving olives. Maybe it's the salt content, maybe it's the oil content, I don't know. But the best way to serve olives when you're craving it, you put them on your eggs, you put them on the tuna salad, you put them on the sandwich, you put them on toast, breads, everything. That just is so enriching. And it's also good to balance your pH with all the vinegars and different things in there as well too. So I've got this craving, and if somebody could explain it to me, I'd love to hear your information.
Catherine, do you want to tell them where you're from?
Yeah, I'm on the Canadian side of the border near Niagara Falls in a town called St. Catharines.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. And again, glad you're here. So everybody better take that little lesson. When you're off of here today, go check the window of opportunity you've got to your home and make sure that the porch is swept, the door opens, everything's clean and beautiful, and see if those opportunities don't start increasing, guys. That's very interesting, Catherine. I love it when I can learn things from you. Appreciate that.
Me too.
So Mark Bartosic, before we come to you, we're going to jump to one of our speakers again real quick. We're going to jump to Rob Holman, the Rob Holman. We're happy to have him with us. So Rob, the next 5 minutes are yours.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Rob Holman with RNC Financial, and I'm better known as your health and wealth bodyguard. Now, let's understand there's no violence involved in anything like that, but I'm here. Why would you need a bodyguard? Well, for protection, of course. And, I'm out here to really empower people with the ability to protect themselves. And let's see, Lynn, would I be able to have the capacity to screen share?
Yes, you do.
Okay, let me go ahead here. And, I was with a certain individual last night making a video about this whole endeavor. Now, the book, The Power of Zero, I'm sure some of you have heard of it. But if you don't have 3 hours to read the book, I have the key concepts that you should be aware of in order for you to get the most out of it. Now, let's understand taxes right now in the United States are the lowest they've probably been in quite some time, and they seem to be getting even lower if they pass this big, huge bill. And but if you think about it, with the incredible debt that this country possesses, sooner or later, we're going to have to raise taxes in order to pay for it. Somebody's going to have to pay for it. Now, you want to understand the 3 tax buckets. Now, your taxable bucket, which I used to be in, I was working with an asset manager, and so I was investing in mutual funds and stocks and all that stuff. And I had to always pay for the value of those vehicles that I was using for investments at the end of each year. So whatever you're doing, if you gain value, gain money, you got to pay taxes on that every year, 1099 and all those things. Now, there is the good idea for liquidity purposes to have those funds available for you. However, you're going to get taxed every year on that. Now, the tax deferred, this is what most of the people are, used to. You're a good soldier. You've been donating to your Roth or your 401ks and IRAs and such, and you're doing it pre-tax through your employers, or just getting it taken from your pay first before it goes into this investment vehicle. And that's very traditional. A lot of people have that. What people fail to understand or recognize is some of the aspects of those vehicles. Some of them are variable, some of them are indexed. You should understand which ones that you would like to be in. Whether something's good or bad is an opinion, and the only opinion that counts is your own opinion, because it's your vehicle, your investment. Now, the tax-free, this is the thing that really can make a life changer for you. So everybody's heard of the Roth. You got Roth IRAs, Roth 401ks. By being in the Roth, the investments that go in have already been taxed, and then you can actually pull those monies out after age 59 and a half, tax-free, and it does not contribute to your annual income. So think of it this way. If you took money and distributed it from a 401k after retirement, that money would then now be taxed. With a Roth, that money would not be taxed. So tax-free other aspects are index universal life insurance policies, where you can actually give yourself a loan from the policy in a tax-free situation. And, if the people I work with, when we're talking about their financial futures, would you like to have your financial future taxed or not taxed? And unfortunately, I know that a lot of these financial advisors are not asking that question, because a lot of them just ultimately go into that tax, the pre-tax aspect. Oh, it's pulled out of your income. But as I asked Lynn, what does her crystal ball say? And she said that somebody stole her crystal ball. And my ability to foretell the future and tell you what taxes are going to look like when you retire is about as good as yours. So if you can eliminate the entire aspect of taxes altogether, and think about the equation, you've got inflation, you got taxes, and then you have your rate of return of your investment. If you can eliminate taxes altogether, it puts you in a better position ultimately for your financial future. And just a lot of people just don't think about that. But, achieving a zero tax bracket, there are also methods on which you can convert those taxable investments that you have and convert them into tax-free So there's a process with that, and it gets pretty, everybody's situation is different. So you'd have to sit down with somebody and really kind of figure what's going on, because you're eventually going to be paying some sort of taxes. I actually have access to this brand new annuity that it's very creative on how the annuity actually will pay the fees in order to allow you to convert that to a tax-free situation without you losing the profitability of that asset. I would love to be able to talk to people about that too. And then, the life insurance is a retirement tool. A lot of people are like, life insurance, they're just thinking about the face value of the life insurance policy. But when using a cash value index universal life insurance policy, not only does it have the investment capability, you also can get tax-free loans from that as well. So this other thing, number 5, avoid required minimum distributions. A lot of people aren't aware of this, but if you're required to take a distribution and you miss out on that, say you had $10,000 you were supposed to take, the penalty would be 50%. So the government will take 50% of that $10,000, leaving you with $5,000. And oh, by the way, they haven't taken taxes out of that yet. So you run the risk of really losing a lot of money by not being conscious about these RMDs, and the RMDs are really going to be in a crappy situation if you're in a taxable environment instead of a tax-free. And then also in the Social Security taxation planning, that money you distribute from the taxable, IRAs and investments and things like that, that's going to increase your annual income. So then you're going to be taking a chunk of taxes out on that as well. If it's tax-free, it doesn't have to be reported as income. So you don't have to worry about that. So, and in Social Security aspect, my wife is going through this right now. My wife, a beautiful 68 years old, she'll be in August. And, I'm truly blessed. She looks younger than me. And I'll tell you what, she does not look, she looks younger than me. I mean, she's incredible. I can show a picture of her in my back thing here. But because we make more, there's my wife right there, 68-year-old, still rocking a bikini. But nonetheless, the point I'm trying to get across here is that my wife gets taxed on 85% of her Social Security that she brings in because she makes too much money because we file jointly as a married couple. Being 11 years younger than her, I don't plan on retiring anytime soon, but it's just one of those different aspects. Now, I'm not selling anything here. I'm trying to offer you just ideas on what the key concepts are from the book, The Power of Zero. And I know that Valerie, you're a big proponent of this as well. And you and I, we actually made a video and discussing this, and it's just things to be aware of when you're talking about your investments. And like I said, whether something is good or bad, it's an opinion, and I'm here to answer questions, but I'm not here to judge about what it is you're presently doing. I mean, if you're in the game and you're investing in your financial future, good for you. But there are things that, you could do, but I would rather you tell me because you're empowered and rather than me tell you and it feels like you got sold. So once again, I'm Rob Homan. I had a great morning, was able to do my cardio. I did my hip stretches and exercises. I did my workout, and my hair gel looked good in my hair after my shower. And I'm wearing my American flag Speedo today that matches my American flag shirt. So, it's a great day for me, definitely. And
where you're from?
Well, I'm originally from God, of course, but Chicago suburbs is where I'm from. My wife as well. But her and I, we didn't know each other in the Chicago suburbs. We met in Tampa on October 13th, Friday the 13th, full moon 2000. And we're celebrating 25 years this October 13th and 24 years of marriage in November.
What do you
and I did something right. So and it's my wife's Italian sausage is always what I crave when it comes to eating food. My wife's Italian sausage she's been making it since she was 8 years old. So 60
All right,
years of experience making Italian sausage. It's to die for.
for all of us to come for dinner. Yay, baby.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Good stuff.
I'm Sharon. Let's go. We're going to the next guy. Thanks, Rob.
You're welcome. And hold on, 813-943-9683. My phone number's on my card in my backdrop. Love to be able to do that. I'm not here to sell. I'm here to educate.
You got it. All right, guys, we're going to go back to some of our introductions. Let's go to Mark Bartosik. You are up.
Hey, everyone. So, of course, Rob mentioned Chicago. So I am in Chicago. And then when everyone asks, well, what suburb? I'm like, no, I live literally in the center of Chicago. My family's been in Chicago for over 100 years now. So that's why I always say I'm third generation Chicagoan. As far as food cravings go, it's like, well, there's just about any type of food you can think of, I can find. So I don't really tend to have like one specific craving, because whatever craving that I'll start getting, I'll just go get because we have a restaurant for it. Valerie mentioned sushi. I had a small craving for that last week, so I went and got it. We got pizza places, hot dogs, either which. Deanna mentioned French fries. I'm like, Chicago is, one of the well-known places for hot dogs, so we got plenty of French fries as well. So just as far as direct answer, I don't have a specific craving. I'm well fed being in the center of Chicago and having access to every cuisine there is around the world in one city. As far as with what I do, so I work with Ambit Energy, and I find it interesting. So you have Valerie and Bobby will help you to manage your money. Rob will teach you how to work it so that way you have the best tax rates on things. I'm the one who helps people save and make money through their electric bills. Every time you pay your electric bill, someone gets paid. So why not let that someone be you? For those that are in the Chicagoland area, which I don't think there's too many because everyone's moving out of it, or just anywhere in the Midwest. So Chicago has ComEd, and their electric rates will be going up 20 to 30% June 1st. Ohio is also doing the same thing. So basically, Midwest is getting a nice big electric rate wave raise coming through just before summer. But even outside of that, know that summer's coming around. We're getting hot days today and tomorrow in Chicago. They're going to be touching 90 degrees, and then they're going to drop back down to 50. But for those that you have summer around the corner, you are going to start using air conditioning. Your electric bill is going to go up. That is inevitable. But in order to keep it maybe at a little bit more reasonable, you can contact me and we'll talk about the options that you have, whether it's different plans, different rates. We can talk about the free energy referral program that my company offers, which is Ambit Energy. It was the #1 direct seller of energy in the world, even though we service 14 states and 60 markets throughout those 14 states. So it's not just Illinois. I'm not going to list every single state, but you can always go to my website, which I'll leave in the chat, and type in your zip code to see what plans and services that we offer. And that's the simplest way to remember. It's mark.joinambit.com, but I'll put that in the chat as well. And you can always reach me at 773-370-2748. If you'd like to get paid for helping people save and make money on their electric bills, we can talk about that as well. But I have been having the pleasure of been working this business for going on over 10 years now, and have not had a job or a boss for about 10 years, going on 10 years now. So at 33 years old, I know as Bobby was talking about, like people working for retirement, it's like, yeah, I've said that I retired at 24 years old because I stopped working in the job world at 24 years old. So I'll turn it back to you, Lynn. But yeah, native Chicagoan, Rob, we miss you. You can always come back and visit anytime. And, Valerie and Deanna can come up and have sushi or French fries or both.
Thank you very much. Deanna, do you want to very quickly tell everyone about the book club who would love to join us tomorrow? Because, guys, we're going to start a new book soon, and we would love to have you and get to know more about you on a personal level. So, Deanna?
Yes, ma'am. So every Friday at 11 a.m. Central, Business Owners Book Club meets, and it is not your typical book club, ladies and gentlemen. We really, as Lynn says, let our hair down in that group. We have fun. We get to know each other. We do a little bit of business, a little bit of personal growth, and we're really networking on a completely different level. Tomorrow, we are actually reading the last chapter of High Road Leadership by John Maxwell. It has been an absolutely phenomenal book, and we have had a blast as we have read through it. But that means that next week, we will be starting a brand new book, and the voting closed last week. Our new book will be The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, I believe it's pronounced. I always butcher people's names. I'm horrible. Kara is actually grabbing it off of her bookshelf right now. It is not a long read. We will only be reading it for 6 weeks, but it is supposed to be monumentally impactful. He presents us with 4 basic ideas that if we can apply those into our life, it will lead to a fulfilling and free life. And I think that we are all just going to adore this book. If you'd like the opportunity to try out book club, but not make a long-term commitment, this is the perfect book to do it. Because like I said, it's only going to be 6 weeks, and then we're going to be voting again because we have an active Facebook group. It's Lionheart Business Owners Book Club. Everyone is welcome to join, and that link is in the chat for those of you that are here with us live. And otherwise, like I said, Lionheart Business Owners Book Club, we'd love to have you.
Beautiful. Before I go back to Nick, I'm going to explain to everybody a little bit about what I do. I do Legal Shield and ID Shield, and I usually bring you guys an example of how someone's used it. But there's something I want to caution everybody about today. How many people in here have ever heard of 23andMe? Heard about that? Anybody know anybody? This was a big deal for a while, guys, to gift someone 23andMe because everybody was doing their family tree and wanted to kind of find out what their roots were and who were they related to and how were they related to Keith Robinson in Ireland or not. And so here's the problem, guys. A lot of valuable information has gone into that database for 23andMe. Now, let me tell you the bad news. Last month, they filed for bankruptcy. How does that affect you? Let me explain to you how that affects you. That information that they have saved on every single one of you now becomes corporate property in a bankruptcy. So where does that information go? Insurers want that information. Pharmaceutical companies want that information on you. That is powerful information that can be used against any of you for insurance rates, for all kinds of things. So you want to know, how do I get that information back out of that database? That's extremely important and must be done quickly before that information is now sold off as an asset. So Legal Shield has helped many, many people with that. I will tell you, it is a cumbersome process. You want to make sure that you have somebody guiding you so you get it done quickly and get it done thoroughly. So that's very, very important, guys. Because a lot of times you think you've deleted everything and it's gone. Not true. But you do want to make sure that you've downloaded that information because you paid for that information. That way you always have it as well. So guys, those are the kinds of ways that people use Legal Shield that sometimes people don't think of. Very, very important. So Keith, you have your hand up.
Yeah, there are nefarious organizations that would use places like 23andMe to gather people's DNA so that specific ethnicities can be targeted for biological warfare.
Not good, guys. I mean, really, we're living in some times when you just can't trust too many people. So just
Lynn,
be very, very careful.
Food. Your own question of the day for yourself.
Oh, what do I crave? I hate to tell you guys. 2 things. It's ice cream and it's pasta. This time of year, gotta have a little ice cream every day, and that's pasta. Can't get past that.
As a quick plug for Lynn, I will say is like I never used 23andMe, but I have used Ancestry. But just in anything I've used, when I have ID Shield and it lets you know about every little thing that pops up. I'm like, oh, your email showed up on the dark web, but we took it down. And like there's a site, because you mentioned something last year about like, people's information being lost to a lot of things. And so I went on that site to look up if my information was in anything, and it wasn't found in any results, all because of having ID Shield. Make sure to keep a lock on all that information from getting absorbed into that dark web. So I always look at everybody get, if not both legal and ID, at least get the ID Shield.
It's the a difference between having licensed investigators to do all the work for you too, guys. I don't have time to be doing all that, and I don't know what I'm doing. So thank you very much, Mark. So Nick, we are so glad to have you back with us. Yay!
Hi, Lynn. Hi, everybody. It's good to be back. Sorry, I've been lost in the crazy chaos of Canadian tax filing for the previous 2 months. So it was just insane. It was just difficult to get time. It was just dealing with all the influx of tax returns. But now that I'm back, so I'm Nick. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I'm the owner of CFO Nick Consulting Services, which is a full service accounting or CPA firm based up here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And the services that I deal with most frequently involve bookkeeping with QuickBooks Online, financial statement preparation, and tax return preparation for corporations as well as for individuals. And the categories of clients that I enjoy working with include your new startups and new businesses that need some structure over their bookkeeping and financial reporting procedures. I also enjoy working with professionals who run their business through a corporate structure. I work with a lot of not-for-profit organizations, especially those not-for-profits that are focused in like the arts sector. I also work with film production companies and help them with their tax reporting requirements to the CRA Canada, if they need to file for film tax and video production tax credit. Outside of that, I enjoy dabbling in music, and I am also a composer of original orchestral music. So my YouTube channel is called The Composing Accountant. So feel free to check it out whenever you have free time. But if I'm not dabbling with music, I'm also trying to expand my business into the US. I've just recently started the process to try and write the exam for the CPA, US CPA reciprocity exam. It's a long process, but that's in the pipelines already. And the foods that I crave most frequently are three things. Actually, number one is chocolate cake. Two is chocolate ice cream. And I love French fries with mayonnaise. It's the best, better than ketchup.
Hey, he's got a little bit of everybody in him. Thank you, Nick. Yudochi, welcome. It's your first time with us. We're glad to have you with us. Everybody's curious about what you do. Tell us.
Yeah, hi everybody. It's great hearing everybody's story, and I'm really happy to be here. So as she said, I'm Udochi. I'm from Washington, D.C., and I'm the founder of Umutad Utah, an entertainment platform focused on making Igbo learning fun with songs, stories, and vibrant cartoons. I started in the psychology field. I pivoted to becoming a software developer, and now I produce children's cartoons. So the cartoons are kind of like a Nigerian cocoa melon. Think of that. So it's if you're interested or know anyone interested in learning the Igbo language or introducing their children to the Igbo language, have them contact me or visit umotadiuta.com. I'm also open to speaking engagements like podcasts, schools, and any opportunities to speak on the value and power of language learning. And also, I welcome collaborations where you see fit. As far as foods, I initially said I like chocolate candy, which I do still, but if we're talking about cravings that are like food centric, and not like snack or candy, I'd say salmon. I can have salmon anytime, anywhere, any day.
I'm with you. I'll take the salmon in that Snickers bar and I'll meet you. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Yudochi. Yudochi, we ask for continuity. If you keep coming back, people will get to know you better and better and better, and we'll all be able to identify what you do with who you are. Thank you very much. Dr. Jaya, you're up.
Hi, Jaya Kasturi, a board certified internist for 60 years. I live in Illinois, Naperville, Illinois, and very good neighborhood. I was doing internal medicine practice, but I was introduced to network marketing because of the fact that I wanted weight management product for my patients 30 years ago when it was not available, any of the weight management products. And I saw very good results on my patients. And that's one of the reasons 8 years ago, I retired at the age of 78, and I came across a company called LifeVantage, one of the company with lot of science, and all the big universities in this country have done studies, even including NIH. The main thing is with nutritional compounds, we can switch on or off our genes to make our own antioxidants, make them work for us. And there is a big thing which I just want to mention. GLP-1, you've all learned about people are shooting down. Uh, Now we have an alternative to that. And I want to tell one thing. This GLP-1, everybody needs it. You know why? It prevents dementia, Alzheimer's, and heart disease. It lowers the cholesterol with no cholesterol medication. This is awesome. I would like to take more time one day to discuss about it. And food, really, I'm a vegetarian. I only eat, I love Indian vegetarian, but what I crave now is mangoes from India. They are my real. So I have reduced weight. My cholesterol is low. I'm like a new person now. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. You want to tell them what food you crave?
I said I crave mangoes these days because it's fruit, mangoes.
Oh, mangoes. Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much, Jaya. Kendichi, you're up.
Thanks, Lynn. Hi, everyone. My name is Ken, and I'm a virtual assistant and a social media manager. So I help coaches, podcast creators, and small business owners with their admin, tech, and social media contents. And I'm from the Philippines, but I live right now in Cambodia, so I'm probably the farthest among this group. And for the question of the day, the food that I really crave for right now is the roasted pig. We call it lechon in the Philippines. So it's like the whole pig that you roast. It's not for health and wellness because I don't think it's healthy. It's very, very oily and fattening, but that's the one I crave for right now.
But it's delicious, right?
It is, for me at least.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And Ken, you bring wonderful guests here. You always do. We thank you very much for bringing some guests. Okay, now I know it's not pronounced Kong. That doesn't sound like that's right. So you're going to have to fix it. How do I pronounce your name?
Hey, Lynn, thanks. Actually, that does pronounce correctly. It's Kong. The H is silent. So congratulations. You're one of the very few people that can actually pronounce my name correctly.
How do you pronounce your last name?
So it kind of rhymes with my first name. It's actually Shang, Kong Shang.
Oh, Shang. That
Yeah.
should be a song. Yay!
Yeah.
Tell us all about you, Kong. We're glad to have you back with us again.
Yeah, so it's just a little bit of my personal background. So my background's actually Hmong. It's Hmong. We are a small group of people in the highlands of Laos, political refugees of the Vietnam War. My father fought alongside the CIA, the NATO. We lost, and so the agreement was that they would take in my people. So there's Hmong Americans, Hmong Swiss, Hmong Friends, Hmong Australian. We're all over the place. So yeah, what I do, so I'm a business strategist and life coach. I help people build amazing companies and also help them achieve the life they want based on purpose and meaning. I've been doing this work for the past 15 years, very passionate about it. I've worked at some of the world's top leadership development companies, advising Fortune 500 companies on how to develop their people, engage, the people to drive company cultures that are managing work-life balance and alleviate stress and ensure that their employees are happy and productive at work. And so I also have a podcast on purpose and meaning, and I'm happy to put it in the chat. And it's the title of it is the Purpose Tune Podcast. You can find it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. What else? I am currently in Los Angeles, California, the great state of California, where you can actually surf and also ski all in the same day. I love it here. And my favorite food is, it really depends on my mood, but today I'm craving Thai for some reason. So, but I'm a huge foodie. ideally, I would love to just go to the specific country where the recipes are originally from, and try out the authentic version of those type of food.
Wonderful. Very glad to have you back with us again. Hope to see you still.
Yes, thank you. Happy to be here.
Victor Lopez, you're up.
Thank you, Lynn. Nice to be here. Victor Lopez, I'm in the real estate field. My area is tax liens and tax deeds. Been doing that well over 35 years. I will put my inputs in the chat. Nice to be here, Lynn.
And what is your food that you crave?
Venison.
Venison. Okay, that's good. That's good. Thank you, Victor. Dawn, you're up.
Okay, I think I got myself unmuted there.
Yep.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dawn Tellinghusen. I'm an Avon Independent Ambassador since 1983, which equals out 42 years. Of course, I started when I was 5. I live in Indianapolis, Indiana. I want to know today who would like to save $10. Yes, $10 taken off of their Avon online order. Today only. So you need to go to my online store at bit.ly/Avon with a capital A and Ambassador with a capital A. The code that you will need to get that $10 off of your $60 or more order is Makeover 10. Makeover 10, all capital letters. Now you can also call me at 248-408-5833. Send me a text, please. And again, the number is 248-408-5833. Remember that $10 is for today only. There is also other codes for tomorrow for free products. So just contact me and I can get you those. My favorite food that I really can't drive by very easily is any Dairy Queen ice cream store. It's my favorite. I gotta have it. And that's
Dawn,
about
I'm
it.
right over to pick you up.
Okay, let's go
That's
for
a
ice
deal.
cream.
That's a deal. All right, guys, we have 2 speakers left real quick, and then I'm going to put you all in a private breakout room twice with 2 different people. You will love it. So I'm going to go to Mark Anthony Arena. He's our tech tip guru. Mark Anthony, what do you have for us today?
Mark Anthony Arena, the Computer Exorcist podcast. Udochi is going to be my guest. We already recorded the episode. That episode's coming out in the next few weeks. And she's one of my friends from college, and I dragged her in here today. So take a look, the Computer Exorcist.
You brought her. We loved it.
She's so fascinating. You have no idea. Wait till you hear the episode. You'll be blown away.
Let's see who gets to go in a private room with her today.
Yeah, we do that. So yeah. The foods I crave, usually, I mean, I've been craving this year chocolate covered raisins, and the brand at the dollar store is no longer available, and it makes me cry because it's way better than Raisinets. It was just, I don't know, it was something better. Hopefully they get those back. Also, most people like drinking and drugs and stuff, but when I come home, I just crave pretzels. I just want to sit on the couch and eat pretzels. That is my vice. I just want to eat pretzels mindlessly and watch TV, so that's what I crave.
Mark Anthony, I thought about you the last 2 nights. I ate something you love.
Chicken French?
Chicken franchise. That's what I ate both nights. I mean, it was so good. We had to have it 2 nights in a row.
Okay. Yeah, real good, real good. Did you hear of it because of me, or you've already?
No, I actually had known about it before, and I thought about it, and I thought, oh, that is great. I haven't had that in a while. So we had it 2 nights. It was
With
wonderful.
broccoli and rice?
If you haven't tried it, try it.
Do you have broccoli with it?
No, we had corn on the cob. Sorry.
All right, that's all right. Compliance. Today's tech tip. Remember the broken window fallacy? It's the false belief that breaking something and making unnecessary work for someone will somehow stimulate the economy. What happens in my industry is similar. Desperate salespeople love compliance, which speeds up the treadmill by adding mandatory upgrades under the threat of heavy fees. It's for your own protection, they'll say as they walk you up to the cash register to check out with next week's time bomb. I received an email from someone and I quoted it here in the book. And it says, as of October 14th, 2025, Windows 10 will no longer be supported by updates, etc., and therefore will no longer meet HIPAA requirements. All computers operating on this system will be obsolete. And if information is stored on these machines, you could and will be vulnerable to heavy fines. Oh, but be on my webinar today for details and solutions. It's a beautiful example of a recent newsletter. You can almost hear chops being licked as the author celebrates the fact that people have to waste billions of dollars complying with this week's software. Next week, that software will be deemed out of date and insecure as well, and then that same newsletter will go out again. Nice little world they've created for themselves, isn't it? They make a product, leave it riddled with security holes, real or imagined, and then scare people into thinking they'll need to buy a newer version every couple of years. It could be the greatest cash grab scheme of all time. Those poor landfills.
Good job, Mark Anthony. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jim, you are up.
All righty. I woke up super late, but it's okay. I got a whole bunch of stuff done in like 30 minutes. I know I'm late, but I'm here now, okay? That is totally work with my romantic relationships. But
time to hear me, that's all that matters.
I know, exactly. A few little AI changes that have gone on, specifically actually with the current administration actually going to the Middle East. This is actually very important because Saudi Arabia is actually, there's a tech firm called DeVault that's going to basically be investing about $20 billion into AI data centers. The reason why this is actually important is because of the fact that with NVIDIA and AMD improving their chips, one of the really kind of concerning but also very interesting things is that they're going to be sending in about 18,000 Blackwell chips, which we've kind of gone over before. It's like one of their latest chips to Saudi Arabia. This is supposed to help curb the Chinese getting access to some of these chips. Don't know how it will, but it's important because this also leads into how Google, ChatGPT, Claude, and DeepSeek are basically using these chips as of recently to release new models such as the 4.0. I need to go double check that. 4.1. Yeah, they keep creating new models, but like they have these great AI model names, but yet they've never actually asked the AI to make a better name because it's so confusing when they go, oh, we just dropped 4.0. And then the next week it's, oh, actually, we're renaming it to 4.1. It's like, okay, like, I guess, yeah, I'm supposed to just, it's like algebra all over again. I don't know why I would multiply a letter and a number. Never knew why we did that. Still don't know why to this day. But setting that aside, right? This new model is actually really great in terms of coding, reasoning, and I highly recommend you guys all go try it out. It should actually be available for most users. Again, it's ChatGPT 4.1. Then the last and final thing is Anthropic, aka Claude, is releasing a new model, hopefully soon. From the information I've been able to gather, it's going to be really good at coding, and as well as kind of really good at like writing things out. So that's it for the AI news. I don't have a video for you guys today because this whole week and last week has just been nothing but just new models. Oh, and this is kind of funny because this goes along with what Mark Anthony said. OpenAI is promising some new safety reports, by the way, for their AI, you know? So we'll see how that goes because their recent model, yeah, I'll tell you this, it wasn't so safe because it was explaining in detail, you know, how to create things that you probably don't want to be creating and that you would end up on a list. So yeah.
And did you see a few weeks ago when they had all those robots doing the races? It was hilarious.
Yes, the ones
It was hilarious. Oh my God. Hey, this is a little off the subject, but those races with the robots, I mean, they were just so bad. If you guys didn't see it, go Google it. I'm sure you'll find it. But it reminds me of something that happened a few years ago on this call. Somebody said they went to the races to see the stick horses, and I didn't know what they were talking about. Do you all maybe remember, some of you may be too young, but those of us that are older remember that we used to have the horses on a stick. It was a stuffed horse's head on a stick, and you taught your kids to ride around the house on this fake horse. Go Google stick horse races and go to the bathroom before you put it on. Because I'm telling you, you've never laughed as much in your whole life as when you see these people are serious. I mean, they have one race where they have all these little kids lined up in the starting gates at a regular horse racing place, and they open the gates and these little kids run. They run over each other. They run the wrong ways, but they're all on stick horses. They have other people that take it so serious. You've seen those horses in the competitions that do the elegant horse dancing and all that stuff. There are people that are actually on stick horses doing that. I mean, it is hilarious. You have to see this stuff, guys. I'm telling you, you aren't even going to believe it. I know Jam Jam's looking. Jam Jam, if you find it, you got to play one of those horses. I mean, it's hilarious. Fred, you have your hand up?
Yeah, when you say stick horses, do you mean pre-Godfather movie stick horses or post-Godfather movie stick horses? Because after the Godfather, that whole stick horse thing kind of took on some different meanings to some of them.
Uh-oh. I'm not sure I know what that one is. Okay, I'm the gentle one, just little stick horses. But it was hilarious. So guys, I'm going to put you for the next 5 minutes in a room. You're going to love it. I'm going to have to probably drag you out of there. The rooms are all open. You guys may go. Enjoy yourself.
No way. Oh, I love.
So, in the Godfather movie, the way they got to if I remember right, it was a Hollywood producer. He had a racehorse he owned, and they cut the head off the racehorse, and he woke up to it in bed. With a stick in it. So
I don't want that happening. Okay, so it's not where they're supposed to be yet. Okay, so Victor is going. I think, Victor, are you going into that room?
Going.
There he. No, he's not gone yet. Deanna's waiting for him in there.
So I do have some sad news. I reached out yesterday to one of our early radio K-Fred radio show hosts, Bruna Ori. She was going to be doing the Silver Tech Talk show, and she had to go stop like last. I think it was last July, last August, and she was diagnosed with multiple forms of cancer. And I've been texting her every so often, and I learned yesterday, and I found a whole bunch of other folks did not know it either, but she passed on November 9th. And she was one of the few, there have been a couple of K-Fred show hosts or guests that have known me an incredibly long time, pre-marketing Fred. And she was one of those people. She was one of those people that every time she heard me talk about marketing, she laughed because she remembers me when I used to say marketing was a 4-letter word. So our deepest thoughts and condolences to the family. I know it was last November. It kind of hit me hard yesterday because this was, like I said, a person I've known a long, long time and respected. So condolences to the family, and she is in our thoughts and prayers. So that's the sad side of news.
Very sorry to hear that. Very, very sorry. So on a happier note, what else is going on? Are you in negotiations with a couple of new people that maybe will have radio shows? I'm hoping.
Well, there's been a couple of things. One, there's we're releasing tomorrow, I believe it is the 3rd episode of Healing Steps to Wellness with Mei Lu and Dr. Zheng Yu. So that's going to continue onwards, and we got a whole bunch of phenomenal guests coming up with that. I've been told that the very soon to be launched Business Success Principles podcast is a boring name. And given that I've had several people tell me that it's a boring name, I will
We
listen.
have a more exciting name.
Well, I have talked to my co-host, Jim Trelevin, Professor Trelevin, and he is going to come up with a better name than I did.
Boring. Who? Oh, you came up with that name.
I came up with. To me, I'm in some ways, I look at. I want the word business. I want the word principles. I want the word success in there. That SEO as well. Let's do it that way. Others have said, yeah, we need more of a hook. So I'll accept that. So a couple of things happening. Next month is our 1-year anniversary. And we will be seeing a monthly price increase on the do-it-yourself level. So you want to get in before the price increase kicks off. And 2, also starting in the right around that point in time, Professor Howard Larson is going to be bringing to KFred University, which is free for all KFred subscribers, those who have show hosts. He'll be bringing a 12-week how to grow your podcast class. It'll be 12 weeks. It'll be weekly. There'll be homework, work to do, things like that. And for those who don't know Professor Larson, all right, so he came over with the Vikings when they came over with Leif Erikson. I kid him about that. But he's also a PhD in marketing, and everybody knows that you need to hit somebody 8 to 12 times with your marketing before they'll buy. But Howard is the one who founded what I call the Larson corollary, which says, but people only see 1 out of 3 of the posts you post. So therefore, you need to do 24 to 36 hits on somebody before they're going to buy. And no one does that. So we're real excited that as part of our KFred membership, Professor Larson will start teaching. After that, we'll call it semester is done. Professor Jim Trelevin will be doing at least a month worth of episodes. He'll still won't be teaching at UIC yet, but he'll do some classes on growing your business. So KFred University is really kicking off, and that is included with the KFred show host subscription. So get in now so you've got the free subscription in KFred University, and get in now before you hit the price increase on the 15th of June.
And in the next break, I'm going to wait because everybody's coming in, because in the next break, I want to talk to you about something important. Wait a minute, what just happened? Somebody came in and left us? What was that about? I don't know who that was that came and left, but we missed them. Everybody else will be here in 25 seconds. So in the next segment, I'd like to talk about what important anniversary is coming up. So everybody can be prepared. Get your streamers and all your good stuff and get ready to celebrate with all of us.
Uh-oh.
Deanna, you're back.
Deanna's on video. Dun, dun, dun. One of the signs of the apocalypse.
Right. Here they come.
There was that time that Lynn put Jam and Colleen together, and neither one of them can shut up. And then she thought,
I would have been a room I would have liked to have been in. How was it, guys? Did you get somebody good to talk to?
Always good.
Yeah.
No weirdos here.
Yes.
Are you all ready to go again?
On your mark.
Oh boy.
Bring it.
Wait till Jam sees who he gets this time. It's going to be very interesting. I'm telling you, it's going to be very interesting. Okay, guys, hang on 1 second. Let me move one person around here. The rooms are all open. Go for it, guys.
Now, Lynn, am I going to get to stay in the room you put me in this time? Because I got jerked out twice last time.
No,
I don't
you're
know.
not. Oh, I need to go put you in another. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to put you in with, move this person to room 4. Okay. Yep, you can stay in your room now.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, we got to make sure Victor gets into the room he's supposed to be in. And then we'll be all right. Okay, Victor, somebody's waiting for you.
We saw the Medusa, and we didn't turn to stone. Yes, folks.
That's right.
You're lucky you can't see her. We did. Luckily, we didn't turn to stone.
Oh, wait
I
a
love
second.
giving Deanna
Victor,
crap. She gives it back.
Hang on 1 second.
Sorry,
Ken
I
and
think
Vic,
I was.
Ken and Vic, yeah, you're waiting for Victor. Victor, Ken is waiting for you.
I was like, I was alone.
That's all right. Can you guys both go back to the room? Does it ask you if you want to go to room 2?
No, I don't see the option.
All right, let me see if I can move you. Hang on 1 second now. Now I'm going to move you to room 8. Then I'm going to move you back to room 2. So, okay, now hang on 1 second, and I'm going to get Victor. And I'm going to move Victor to room 1, and then I'm going to move Victor from room 1 to room 2. Okay, Victor, she's waiting for you. Uh-oh, Ken, what happened?
I don't know. I got the automatically came back here.
Why did it bring you back here again? Uh-oh. All right, I'm going to try this one more time. Let me move him there, or you there, and I'm going to move Victor to room 3. Okay, that's good. Okay, Fred McMurray, what's coming up?
Well, next month, like I said, is our 1-year anniversary.
Okay.
And we are gonna hold the current DIY pricing rate at $99.95 a month. We are in this next iteration. The price will after the 15th, because the original launch date was actually supposed to be, I believe it was June 16th, but because of my screw up at the time, not realizing things, we actually went live 3 days earlier. So, starting on June 17th, which would be after the 1-year date, we're going to see a price increase. So if you want to lock in that first year, we'll call it beta membership, you got to get signed up by the 17th. And that gives you $99.95 a month per month for the first year. You get there is a $150 setup fee, but you do get the first month free. And we did it that way because originally we were expecting everybody to create all the things and the pages, all that. We're going to train people so they could do it. And what we determined was a lot of our hosts don't want to learn all the intricate junk to do. And so we said, you know what? We want to get you on the air as fast as possible. We'll do the setup. You'll pay for it, but we'll give you the first month free. So that pricing stays until the...
Now, let's play this out for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Let's suppose I'm somebody who's doing a podcast now, but I'm interested in a radio show.
Mm-hmm.
Let me play out 2 scenarios. Suppose I'm someone who's been doing a podcast for a year now, and I've got a year's worth of episodes.
You can bring
them. Can
them.
I come to Pittsburgh Radio, and can I bring those with me?
Yes. In fact, you can move them off your current hosting, assuming you're paying for it, and put it on ours. Because at the heart of it, we are podcast hosting. We also bring the ability to stream it as the radio protocol, like any radio station would, as we do. You get the subscription to KFred University, and you get to join our community of show hosts. And I will tell you, as we started working with KAPY 104.9 FM in Seattle, I came to understand, and I'll talk about that in a second, but I came to understand that we weren't a radio station, we were a community radio station, because our show hosts like to work together to help each other out. The other thing we do, there's a couple other, I'll say, perks we have, is we've developed our own station feeds, so that even though you do a podcast, you're a newbie, you don't have 25 podcasts, usually you can't get on to places like Amazon Music or Apple Podcast or iHeartRadio or Pandora. We have our station feed, so the first time your first episode goes out, it will hit Apple. It will hit Pandora. So we help you with syndication. We also work on getting our authors onto community radio stations, preferably in areas where they are, but sometimes it really doesn't matter. So we work on getting our show hosts out to traditional radio, to the podcast directories, as well as through other hosts being either guests or having either being a guest on the show host or having that show host be on another show. So there's a whole lot of stuff that we've been wrapping into this, and I didn't even touch the fact that show hosts can put stuff into the e-commerce site. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we're actually doing that you don't get on normal podcasting. The one thing I know nobody does is, I was a Blog Talk Radio user for 15 years. They shut down at the end of January. When they were shutting down, they were emailing me, telling me, we're shutting down, we're sorry, you can go to this podcasting platform. No, there is no other platform in the industry that has a dial-in phone number like Blog Talk Radio had. And I was able to reply back to them, you're wrong, there is, it's KFred. So one of the things that makes us really, really different from any podcasting platform is our ability to take dial-in phone callers.
Interesting.
So dial-in phone numbers get you out to other radio stations, KFred University, our community of show hosts. These are the things that make a KFred radio show subscription, or as Deanna would say, it starts out as a radio show, archives into a podcast, and if you've already got a podcast, we're happy to bring you in.
So let's play out the other scenario. Suppose that I'm someone who has been thinking about a podcast, but is not quite sure how to do one, but I have a great idea, and I come to you. What can we do to make that happen?
So there's a whole lot of people out there that want to do a podcast, and I was recently up at the 2025 Wellness Symposium in Rochester, Minnesota, for the Healing Steps to Wellness podcast, and I was getting guests for that show. And as I was talking to people, several of them said, I'd really love to have a podcast. My problem is I don't understand the technology and I don't have the time. And so my response was, if you're smart enough to show up in front of a computer webcam and interview somebody, we can handle the rest. Because, I look at this, and when I look at the number of different systems we can tie in, there's probably close to 8 or 9, especially when you're doing video streaming, because we have the ability to do video streaming also. When I look at that, KFred saves people who want to do a podcast a whole lot of time and effort, and really accelerates their results ahead of time. We're still in build mode. There's still a whole lot to do in year 2, but the time and as I've told a few people, I've been doing this for podcasting for 12 to 15 years. I have made every mistake you can make a couple of times, and then there's probably a couple that I've actually been the first one to screw up. So we know the errors, we know the screw ups, we know the pitfalls, and we can help you get your idea onto the internet so people can hear it and engage with you.
But they need to come to you with their ideas and talk to you before they can jump in.
Right. So there's a button on the front page of kfred.com that you can hit to apply to be a show host. Anybody can get to you, Lynn, and you know how to get them to me. Deanna knows how to get them to me. You can hit me on LinkedIn, Facebook. You can put something on. We've got a couple of Facebook pages. You can put something on there, and somebody will reel you in, and we'll do that exploratory Zoom call, make you think about the things you probably haven't thought about in developing your radio show podcast, and we'll help you develop them. Because
No, right. Hold on, Fred. I love you, Fred. All right. No homo. I have socks on. Actually, I don't. But basically, Ken was in the middle of a conversation, and she was like just finishing. Right, we were wrapping it up, and of course, she just had to just pull us. You could have given us like maybe 2-3 more seconds. By the way, and for everyone that doesn't understand the no homo thing or the socks thing, in my generation, we have this little thing where like if you like make a sexual connotation towards another man, you basically have to say no homo, or you say you have socks on. By the way, just want to like clarify
What does
that.
that mean? You have socks on.
You just have socks on, like that's.
That means you're
it.
like you have socks on and Jesus sandals, or I don't understand.
No, you just have socks on.
The reference, I believe, for the socks has to do with nudist colonies and those who wear socks in those spaces. Like we're in, but we're also still covered.
Yeah, like a condom.
Jim, did you find me? Did you find me the Jim?
Why are we talking about this?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Jim, did you find me the stick horse races?
I did not. I was too busy in my conversations, but I can.
Well, I used to have stick horse races as a kid, and they were the good, clean ones. I don't know what y'all are racing around. But
I want him to find me the stick horse races so he can. I'm going to share screen so he can show us the stick horse race. I'm telling you guys,
what is happening?
It's hilarious. Cross your legs. What are you doing, Jim?
I don't think that they're screen sharing worthy, Lynn. I think it's a different generation doing something else.
Are we talking about the German one?
I think it's been too long since Jam had a vacation.
It has actually.
Jim, I don't know. Is there a German one up there?
Yeah, this is some like everything I just searched up when I typed in stick horse competition has come up as the Europeans doing like stick. I don't know what the Europeans got going on over there.
Okay, just put it up there and let's see. I'll tell you if that's the right stuff. I'm telling you guys, it's hilarious. If you have nothing going on at a family party, put one of these up. I'm telling you, it's hilarious. Look at these people are serious. Look at her. She's jumping up through the hurdles with these.
We're so bored as a species, by the way.
Okay, look now.
So bored as a species.
What the ever living? Who does that?
See, that's what I want to. And there's people watching them. And there are people who pay to go watch these things.
And she's grooming them.
Way better than any sport I've ever seen.
Judged like at a dog show.
Exactly.
You'd
Mind
think
you
you'd
guys.
just take ballet or something.
Hey, on the bright side,
That's not a normal stick size. You have to have it drag the ground.
Right.
this year, okay, we can at least say one thing, all right? This year is, oh my gosh, terrible performance, by the way. Like, she just looks out of it there. Hold on, I'm sorry. Look, I'm no professional, but I could do better than that now. This is the baseline. Like,
Jim, I want to see you go do the stick horse races.
I don't know. I think I'm going to leave this one up to the
I
Europeans.
want to see this lady hop the sticks.
Yeah.
Go.
This one, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
Very serious.
You're all showing our bored inner child here.
Who does it?
Jim,
the
Jim, go
Europeans.
find the one that has the little kid. Oh my God, it's so funny.
The kids would be so much funnier, I think.
The one I can barely find. All it is just grown adults. You know, I think we need another World War. I think this would give us like something to do. Okay, it sounds terrible. All right, I know,
Hilarious.
but if this is what we've achieved in the last 80 years of peace, is us doing horse races. Yeah, we're not even real horses, by the way. Okay, not even real horses.
You take track and field and equestrian and you smash them together, and that's what you get.
Why? Like, you know, I've seen real
I want
horses
to know
do
who
this.
they do this. And how do you go around to your friends and say, hey, listen, let's all get stick horses and we'll have races?
I think that was in Germany. It said Deutsch.
Yeah,
but
it was in Germany.
they do it all over the world.
Huh.
They don't do it in
Wow.
South Carolina.
Good, Valerie. Good that they don't do it
They
there.
don't
You know,
do it in
maybe
Kansas.
maybe we just have like actual things to do here in the US because all the ones that keep popping up are all in Europe, and I'm just like, how bored do you have to be?
Well, go put in there American ones and see what comes up.
Let's find out.
I mean, in a roundabout sort of way, you can infer that that's how you know those people's businesses are doing well because they have time to spend on crap like that.
Or maybe it may not be doing great, and they're just, oh my gosh,
Losing their mind, and so they're running around on a horse.
Yeah, when you have no purpose and you're lost wondering, you will come up with bored things to do. Like I can't find a single American one.
I will say I learned from Udochi just now in the little room about her business, and I'm going to look it up, and I'm not going to be bored at all.
Yay! All right, Jim, do you have an American one?
There is no American ones popping up.
I don't know what kind of yours.
I only found one, but it's just like a video of her just going over all of her like stick horses.
No. Mark Anthony, do you see any?
Okay.
Yeah, back on topic though. The food, by the way, that I crave the most, guys, is probably there's this octopus dish that I get from like the Japanese restaurant, or not restaurant, but it's actually a grocery store. It's octopus and a whole bunch of like vegetables, and it's like seasoned and like put in this sauce, and it's really great. Really great. Get it for like I think $2 or $3, right? And it's like this big, whatever. And it's just like a whole bunch of it. It's like it's almost like scraps, but it's just like a whole bunch. I just buy like 4 of them, 3 of them, and just eat them. It's great.
Where do you buy it?
A Japanese grocery store. Luckily, we have like a cool like Asian markets and like.
You eat it hot or cold?
Actually, cold, by the way. You just put it in their like refrigerator and you take it and just eat it cold.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
No, it's not. Hey, it's don't knock it unless you try it. They say.
No, I couldn't eat a piece of octopus. No.
Really? Not even school. Actually, it's squid, by the way. It's actually squid. I should clarify that.
Okay, that makes me want to pose a new question. If you were eating leftovers for dinner tonight, what are you pulling out of the fridge?
Tacos.
She looks so excited about that.
Barbecue nachos from the barbecue restaurant. But
Fish
brisket
and
nachos.
chips is what I have in there.
Veggie stew.
You know, that's actually a very interesting question. What leftovers are you guys eating? Like that says a lot about a person.
Leftovers
You know?
usually, only barbecue ones.
That's a really good question. You got veggie stew,
I noticed
tacos.
Rob's not answering, and he should have something good in his fridge.
Gosh, your wife's Italian, man. Come on.
I should have what? What was the question?
What's food in your fridge? What's left over in your fridge?
Delmonico steaks that we cooked last night.
See?
Meat. You need meat for big guns.
See, I mess with that heavy, Rob. Straight carnivore diet, you know? I can't do it with these vegans and these vegetarians. Don't eat meat. I can't stop. I'm sorry.
Because you're a veterinarian.
And Mackie, what's in your refrigerator for leftovers?
It's actually leftovers from a restaurant called Meddy's, a Mediterranean restaurant that's salmon and grilled vegetables and a little tomatoes and onions together. That's really good
That's
stuff.
left over and didn't get eaten up.
Yeah, well, it's a huge portion, so it's great. You buy it, eat half of it, save, and then have half tomorrow.
Now,
I'm
I was
also
just
doing
gonna
shakes.
I was just going to ask Nick what was in his refrigerator. He just left to go find out what's in there.
Oh.
Dochi, what's in your refrigerator?
A little bit of rice, some chicken, some sauce. Yeah.
That's the best combo.
Yeah.
And DC, what's in your refrigerator?
I actually don't have leftover because we're only two people and we don't cook a lot. We just order. But right now I have a lot of ripe mangoes because the store next door that we bought mango from, we always bought from them. It's really cheap. It's like less than $1 per kilo. Less than $1 per kilo.
Where's Jay? You should be going over to your house now.
And this yesterday they gave us for free, like 1 kilo for free. Just totally gave us for free. We're like, okay.
That's nice. So I have a question for Ken. Do you know how to make the mango sticky rice, like the sticky rice
no.
with the coconut cream? Oh, that
I
is
love
so
it
good.
here. They also have that here in Cambodia, very similar to Thailand.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to make it. I don't cook, so
I'm gonna find somebody that's gonna give me the recipe. Maybe the owners of my restaurant, because they're gonna close it in October. So I'm gonna say, please.
I
Just
love to
occasionally.
make mango jalapeno jam. It's really good.
Oh, that sounds good.
So good.
Colleen, what's in your refrigerator?
Bye, guys. Thanks so much.
Bye, Mark Anthony. I have leftover brisket nachos from the barbecue place, but we go in and buy it once a week, and it's enough that I can eat it for lunch 2 or 3 times during the week. So
great.
Oh, that's good.
Yummy.
Sarah Jean, what's in your refrigerator?
We would be doing vegetable stew. I had stone soup party last night, so everybody came over and we put stuff together.
I saw that post, but I don't know what stone soup is. What's that?
Oh, it's one of my favorite stories. So the story of the stone soup is the story of how much more we can do when we do things together. A vagabond comes into a town and everybody shuts the doors and windows in their face. Nobody wants to engage. So the vagabond goes to the center of town, builds a little fire, and starts polishing a rock and seasoning some water in a pot. And everybody's going, what is this person doing? Now they're peeking out their window. Finally, somebody comes out and they're like, what's going on? He's like, oh, I'm making stone soup. It's going to be so good. I can tell that this is going to be a bad batch. I think I salted it too much, though. If only I had a little bit of potato to help cut that salt. Oh, it would be just the best stew. And then you're like, oh, I have 3 little ones left over from breakfast. I can go grab those. Oh, thank you so much. That's come join me for food. Come bring your potatoes and sit with me. Let's cook together. And then somebody else comes out and they're chatting and he's like, man, the potatoes really helped. If only it took a little too much of the spice out. If we just had some leeks, right, to bring that oniony taste back out, that would be really good. And somebody's like, oh, I have that. And they go, and suddenly the entire town has come out of their homes. They're around the fire with this vagabond offering. Now we've got leeks, we've got tomatoes, we've got potatoes, we've got cabbage, we've got a hunk of bone that somebody was making broth with, some leftover meats, and this massive stew develops and everybody eats together. And then at the end, the vagabond pulls out that stone, polishes off and sticks it in their pocket because we always need that for later.
That's a great story. I never heard that story. That's a beautiful story. And when I saw that, I thought, stone soup? What's stone soup?
So we made stone soup. We put a stone in, started seasoning some water, and everybody threw veggies in. And oh my God, it's so good. It's always so good.
Oh,
Especially with that bone that leaves the residual flavor.
Right. Valerie, what do you have in your refrigerator?
Not very much. I already ate the leftover tacos, so yeah, I get a D today in that question.
You have to go make some fresh food so you have some leftovers. Fred, what do you have in your refrigerator?
Whatever Michelle puts in it.
Oh, do you not look?
No.
Oh, Lord. Deanna, what do you have in your refrigerator?
We're actually having leftovers for dinner tonight because we've got chicken and dumplings. We have veggies and cornbread and like 2 or 3 other things from like the last 3 or 4 nights. And it's not enough for everybody, but together it's enough for everybody to have dinner.
Potluck.
Southern food.
Yeah, whenever I have a day like that, I always put every man for himself. Everybody get in there and find something you like. That's it. And they always do.
See, that's something completely different. We have fend for yourself night, and that's when mom doesn't feel like cooking. You can go make a sandwich because there's food in the kitchen and you know how.
Excellent. Excellent.
Love it.
So,
Well, guys,
one thing, just want to put out there, this Saturday is the next episode of K-Fred Prime Live. It's going to be a really interesting topic. I've been getting people accepting the invite. Our topic is AI in education. How will the education industry be reorganized? We go
you should be there.
We go live at 11 a.m. and I think we've got at least 2, maybe 3 professors showing up to argue it, among others.
That'd be interesting.
Very
I think it'll be
Yudochi, how was it today?
It was great. You see, I'm still here, so obviously I kind of like you guys.
Enjoy yourself?
Yeah, I definitely did.
She is delightful.
We would love to have you back again. We would love to have you back again. We always get different people, so you never know who you're going to meet. So it'd be wonderful to have you back.
I look forward to it.
Hey. Okay, Fred, I think we're done.
All right. We'll see you
How'd
back.
we do?
We did really well. We got about 2 minutes left. So, Lynn, what's your words of wisdom to our listeners before we head out?
You know what? I actually think I do have some words of wisdom. I want everybody to think everybody works their tail off. And I found this really good quote that I shared with everybody the other day. When things feel overwhelming, remember, one thought at a time, one task at a time, one day at a time. Just breathe. I have found that that's helped me a lot in the last few weeks, guys, because I've been overwhelmed. And there's somebody on this call, and I'm going to call him out, Valerie Smith. And I want you to know the last couple of months have been very stressful with me, with all the things that I've been going through. And I finally hit rock bottom the other day and just didn't think that I was doing a very good job and didn't think I could go on anymore. And she shared with me a little thing that she told me to do. She told me take a piece of paper, fold it in half again, open it up, and it has 4 quadrants. See if I'm a good student here, Valerie. She told me in each quadrant, you're going to make a lit number 1 through 25 in each quadrant. And at the top of quadrant 1, you're going to put I am. In quadrant 2, you're going to put I can. In quadrant 3, you're going to put I will. And in quadrant 4, I have. And then fill out 25 things that answer those beginnings to those words. And when you get done, she said, fold it up and put it in your pocket and review that every time you're struggling. And it was amazing. It really did the job. And, I
did
thank
list.
her very much. A simple little thing like that helped me to get off of this feeling that I wasn't good enough and I wasn't doing a good enough job.
No, I
You don't
did
have
list.
to hire anybody. What, Fred?
No, I did list.
No.
Oh, we can add to that.
You
Now we're going to have to fold that piece of paper up even more and make more lists.
That's supposed to be a piece of poster board hanging on your office wall where every time you make an achievement, you write it on there so you are always staring at your achievements.
Rather stare at the grandkids.
I will.
But that's
I will say that I understand to some degree the pain and the fear and the anxiety that Lynn.
Well, folks, we'll be back next week with another episode of Lunch with Lynn, avoiding networking disasters and having interesting discussion. Come on back and join us.